We've got Mandalorian novels and comics coming soon, a discussion on the ridiculous claim that Disney is undoing the sequel trilogy, the return of Star Wars Trivia Box, and much more on this week's episode of Mando Talk.
We're back. Mando Talk is back. Welcome, all you ugnaughts and jawas. We're back around the table. Caleb Keller's here.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Anderson's in the house.
Guess who's
We're
back?
fixing to crush this.
Back again. Caleb's back.
Tell a friend.
All right, guys. Welcome back, all of you ugnaughts and jawas. This is Mando Talk. It's been a hot minute.
Sure has. It's been like 100 degrees here.
So
I've been burning up.
Dude.
We're gonna talk about weather this podcast, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
The weather of Star Wars nature, Jacob Keller's pitch that he gave for the next Star Wars television
So I don't know
show.
what the weather's been like with you guys out there, and I'm sure it's all different around the world. But here in Tennessee, in the United States, we have one of the most, I would say, diverse climate changes throughout the year.
Yeah.
Because, we can go from single digits to triple digits within a
Quick.
few months.
Uh-huh.
And right now, it is getting close to the triple digits. It's burning me up.
I would say if you were to pull up the data, you probably have, it feels like 100 in there. The humidity is probably so high.
Right. Yeah, because it rains just about, it's rained just about every day this week.
Really?
So,
I don't get outside anymore.
See,
Off season.
It's like swimming, walking around outside. It's so humid.
Yeah.
It's
Well, see, now, I did go to the driving range today. I hit 5 golf balls. I was drenched in sweat.
And soaked 2 of them.
yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
How are y'all doing, though, for real? Because it's been a while.
I'm doing good. What has it been? 3 weeks?
I know it's been a while since you two have been here.
Yeah, it's been a while for me. I missed 2 weeks in a row. Well, last week we took off.
Right.
The week before that, I had
It was
work
just-
obligations.
Yeah, it's just me and Jacob.
Yeah. So, and then I was there the week before that. So,
Right.
it's been 3 weeks since I've been in here, and it's good to be back.
And
About the
BA,
same for
you
me.
were here the last time
Yeah.
that Nolan was here.
Mm-hmm, correct. Yeah.
So,
It's been
It's
a
good to
busy
be back.
time, but
It's
it
good to be
is it's great to have us three sitting down to talk Star Wars.
right.
Always looking forward to it. It's always just a good excuse for us to get together. Those of you that don't know, us three have been friends ever since high school.
Yeah.
We'll probably keep it going until we just can't stand each other anymore.
Yeah.
Which may be soon.
I'd say a couple more months.
Couple more months based off of our pod racing video game.
Yeah. Well, we've
That
been out of high school for what 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 7 years, 6.
Don't age us,
6
man.
years.
Yeah, you're making me feel old.
6 years. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But anyway, guys, it's good to be back. It's good for you to be listening. I hope you enjoyed your holiday, the 4th of July. We decided to take the day off to celebrate our country, celebrate the freedoms that we have, and also just to get some time off. It's been a while since Mando Talk hasn't had an episode put out weekly.
Yeah.
So that was good to have. But we are going to go ahead and get into our normal kind of layout of the show. The first thing that we're going to hit is some Star Wars news, and then we have some interesting random kind of Star Wars topics to hit toward the end, and then you also heard it on the intro. We are going to return to Star Wars Trivia Box. Where inside of that we quiz Nolan. And I know the last time that we did this, we had a huge debate on the color of the Gungan shield. Was it purple or blue?
Misa thought it was purple.
No, you thought it was blue.
I thought it was blue.
The correct answer was purple, but we got
Nah.
into a huge debate.
I mean, it's purplish blue. Like it's like an indigo.
I guess you could say that. And
Basically-
I think Jacob actually said that the following week.
Yes.
He was like, well, I kind of think that it was more of a mixture, so
Yeah.
win-win on both sides.
Basically, what Nolan is saying is he's lost a lot of sleep over this.
He probably has.
Well, I mean,
He's been thinking about it. It's been haunting him.
I stayed up nights thinking about this, but I've been able to get some sleep, but they're only like cat naps, and the rest of it is just worrisome.
Don't worry, redemption's
Nice.
coming this episode. I
Yeah.
can feel
Oh, I'm sweeping it.
Absolutely. So
Sweeping it.
stay tuned throughout this episode to see if Nolan can successfully get a passing score during Star Wars Trivia Box. But first thing,
100%. I will score 100. I have.
I hope so.
Yeah, I have all the faith in the world.
I hope so. First thing we're going to hit, though, is Star Wars news. This is the segment where we always just go over the recent things that are going out there in the galaxy far, far away. And the first thing that's up, kind of exciting, Ludwig Göransson. He is the conductor, the artist behind the music in The Mandalorian. He recently spoke with Vanity Fair, and he said that he is going to begin writing the music for Season 2 of The Mandalorian soon. Now, it's mid-July. It's interesting to me that he's just now getting around to this.
Yeah, I would have figured that would have been one of the first things they would have done.
Because in the behind-the-scenes, the Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian show, they talk about how Göransson began writing the music for Season 1 in January, and the show didn't come out until November. Well, here we are in mid-July, and he's just now getting around to it. I mean, I think that's pretty interesting, and I don't know what that process is like. But, I mean, I trust him to get it done. B.A., what do you think about all of this?
I mean, I don't claim to be like a musician or anything, but I feel like he has sort of the foundation laid for kind of the theme and feel he wants from Season 1. And it may have been that he was waiting for them to get some of the filming done so he could see, like, you know, what character, what arcs they're taking so he can kind of incorporate that into his music.
Yeah, I didn't think about it
two.
like that, but I guess he would add music to the production.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
that's generally how it goes. Because I know with, especially the sequel trilogies, now that I'm of age to understand, like, the production of everything,
Right.
John Williams usually does come in after all the shooting's been done.
Right, so
and
he can
he's-
sort of get a feel for...
He watches the scenes and he knows, okay, here are the emotions that I need to pull with this musical piece here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought that was really interesting, though. I mean, starting mid-July, and this thing's going to be given to us here in about 2.5, 3 months. I thought that was interesting. But like B.A. said, he does have probably the main things done. I mean, we've got the theme from Season 1 that's carrying over, the intro, all of the great pieces that we loved from Season 1.
Which I
coming
think I
straight
speak
over.
for all of us here. We very much enjoy the musical themes
dude,
from
yes.
Season 1.
Yeah,
it
and
really puts you in that sort of mindset.
And speaking on that, Star Wars just released a musical video
That was
for
awesome.
the Mandalorian theme.
That was the coolest thing that I've seen since The Mandalorian.
Nice. I mean,
Star
I
Wars
agree.
related.
I was about
agree.
to say all media. That's
Hold
the
up
coolest
now.
thing.
Hold on now. The Clone Wars? You think the musical video was better than the Clone Wars?
Mm.
I mean, hey, that's fair if you think so.
I mean, it just got me pumped up just watching it.
Okay.
Like, the Clone Wars did too, but golly.
You know what? That just made me think of something. We've been talking about, and this is actually something that I was going to get to when we got to, like, the random kind of things. We've been talking about when are we going to get a Season 2 trailer or a teaser or something.
Mhm.
And Nolan just kind of brought this up. Is this musical piece or video like something that Star Wars threw out there to be like, don't forget about this. We're coming back soon. Be on the lookout for
Maybe.
a trailer coming
Maybe.
soon.
Yeah,
I hope so, man.
I hope so too. Man, just watching it, golly.
It's just really interesting that he was able to play all of those different musical instruments to piece all of that together.
Mhm.
And I know he says that, like, the overall production of it, all the big pieces were all made by a big band orchestra, but he did lay the foundation of that piece of work for all of those different musical instruments
Right.
that went into it.
Yeah, definitely.
I really enjoyed that video. Let us know what you thought of that video, and let us know what you think about Göransson just now getting started on Season 2 of The Mandalorian and its music. Let us know what you think about that. Okay, the next piece of news, not really big, but it's important for those of you that, like BA, that haven't seen this film yet. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the other piece of news we got.
No, not yet. Solo, a
Hold
Star
your
Wars
horses.
story, has been released on Disney Plus today. So you can go on Disney Plus. You can finally watch that film. BA, are you finally going to see Solo?
Probably, but
He doesn't
I
have
need-
Disney Plus.
yeah, exactly. I need to get a Disney Plus account, which I was thinking about getting.
You should,
The
man.
stars are aligning for me to get it now.
Okay.
Because over quarantine, I've been able to watch all of the Netflix shows had backlogged. So
Yeah.
now I'm kind of running out
What
of
kind
shows.
of shows did you have backlogged?
I mean, a bunch of them. You may go through my list.
Sure, man. I'd love to hear it.
Put me on the spot. So I watched Mindhunter. I know we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Okay.
I watched that. I watched Middleditch and Schwartz. I don't know, or Schwartz.
What?
It's like a
Schwartz.
it's an improv comedy show.
Okay.
I know you guys might not be into it, but
Nah, probably not.
I like improv. I like watching improv.
you should watch it. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
I just like
I'll give it a check it out.
Ben Schwartz was in Parks and Rec. He played John Ralphio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think he's hilarious. So having him in that sort of setting was
Yeah.
entertaining to watch.
I
There's only like 3 episodes.
Okay.
Give it a
Nice.
watch if you have some
Yeah.
time. And then I watched Space Force. That was a good one.
Is that the one with Steve
Carell. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
is it funny or is it serious?
I mean, if you go in expecting it to be like The Office, it doesn't even come close.
Well, of course.
But I mean, there was some parts that I laughed at. But I mean, overall, it wasn't the best.
I don't laugh
but-
at The Office. I don't think it's funny.
Man.
Well, then I wouldn't watch this.
Yeah.
Because
you're
I
out.
mean, it does like it has a little bit of political humor in it too, just because
I got
it's
you.
based around Space Force. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, just shows like that.
I feel
had,
ya.
had a few backlogs.
I mean,
so.
the reason why I asked you is because regardless of what you were going to say, I was going to say this. Solo: A Star Wars Story is better than all of those.
Probably
So
so.
you should get on Disney Plus and you should watch.
I was actually gonna
that
watch it
film.
because it was on Netflix, and then they
Yeah,
pulled
it was on Netflix
pulled it
for a
right
while.
before all this happened and put it on Disney Plus. So
Yeah, you're going to have to check it out.
I watched Solo before I watched any of the Clone Wars, and it was the ending that I was like, none of this makes any sense
Right.
because I didn't know.
Yeah.
But if you've watched the Clone Wars, man, it is really going to make a lot of sense.
Yeah,
for
the
you.
Solo: A Star Wars Story, regardless of what you think about the film, I think the film is really fun.
Yeah.
I know it came out at a poor time, really, because a lot of the Last Jedi backlash was going on.
Yeah.
So a lot of people didn't care to go see it. But I think Solo: A Star Wars Story, all of the Disney movies that they've put out, Solo connects the most to, like, the extra material.
Yeah.
Like Clone Wars, for example, or books or comics. It takes kind of like that next step where it
Yeah.
connects to all those different things
Like
that maybe the
Crimson Dawn
casual
and stuff like
fan
that.
wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
100%. So check that out if you have not done so already. That is on Disney Plus. It came out today. I'm assuming it's going to be there for a while now, or hopefully until the end of time, I guess.
Yeah. As long
Who
as
knows?
until the next big thing comes out.
All right, the next piece of news. It's kind of fun. It's not serious. I was going to have fun with this. Baby Yoda cereal.
What?
Is being released in Sam's Club later this month.
You know
And
who I
that
bet
comes
gets
from
that?
General Mills on Instagram.
You know who I bet eats that? Scout troopers,
see,
because they like to eat and beat up Baby Yoda.
on a more serious note, I just think they dropped the ball why this wasn't out sooner. This should have been out like
Dude.
midway through season 1.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, because like, is it
Are
going to
the
be like?
Baby Yoda marshmallows?
Yeah, is
I
it going to
think
be like
so.
Lucky Charms?
Yes.
It's kind of like a marshmallowy cereal, I believe.
I'm down.
I'm hitting up my sister-in-law because she's a member of Sam's Club, and I'm saying give me as many of those as you can.
I think I got my brother's membership, so I'll go
There you
get
go.
some.
There you go. Hopefully
get it.
Sam's Club's not listening to our.
Yeah, don't. No, it's my membership.
You just
What
have to
are you
use some Jedi mind tricks on the
I
dude
got a
at the
Costco
door.
membership, so maybe Costco will have it too.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, maybe I'll be able to feel the force once I eat this cereal.
There you go.
Who knows?
Uh,
Side piece that I have for
The
this.
force is diabetes because I'm sure it'll be jacked full of sugar.
Are we doing?
Probably.
When is this coming out?
It says later this month.
So, are we doing taste tests on one of the Mando Talks?
Dude, let's do it.
Okay, yeah.
Let's do it.
Stay tuned for that. Check
Okay.
us out when we do the taste test on the Baby Yoda cereal, the
You know
child
what?
cereal.
And also here in my notes, while we're talking about cereal, I figured I'd give our listeners a chance to get to know us better. I put on here, let's share our top 3 favorite cereals.
Ooh,
Or if you can't think of 3, at least what's your favorite?
Okay.
What's your favorite cereal?
I don't
Okay.
know about order, but
You go first.
I'll give you 3 of them.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm pretty basic. But okay, hold on. My
Raisin Bran.
my mom was very against sugary
Special K.
cereal
man, I'm
growing
sorry.
up.
Yeah, you got to.
So what I had for cereal growing up was either Special K,
That's heart
Cheerios.
healthy, man.
or Honey Nut Cheerios. Those were my 3 options.
So those are your 3 favorites?
So there's my top 3.
Since you've been
Special
on
K. Hold on. Special K with fresh cut bananas is my number 1.
That sounds pretty
Okay,
good.
well, let me ask you this. Since you've been on your own, have you went and got you some Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No, I have not. What I have done, though,
Oh, my God.
is Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch
is the worst.
amazing.
I'm not a
It's
fan
like
of Captain
eating
Crunch.
gravel.
What?
I'm not a
It's
fan.
like eating razor blades.
I mean, y'all might be more involved or more knowledgeable about this because I didn't grow up with the stuff. So maybe I should branch out and try something different.
Go.
So mine aren't in any order, but the 3 like main ones that we had growing up were Cheerios. I liked,
Cheerios. I
but
love.
it's weird. I was a sugar addict like most were when they were kids. My parents allowed me to have.
On?
I would sprinkle some sugar on them.
Yeah.
And the same thing, I would
did
get
that.
Frosted Flakes and sprinkle a little bit of sugar on them, and then Lucky Charms.
Oh, what are those ones that are square and they have the? Is that Frosted Flakes?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
it's Cinnamon Toast
No,
Crunch.
no.
Frosted Flakes they're just like
Yeah, they're flakes.
flakes of wheat. Is what they
Yeah,
are.
I think we had
And then
those
the
too.
Frosted Flakes were they just like peppered sugar.
Okay,
onto 'em.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that list.
So,
Captain or
You
Cinnamon
guys are about
Toast
to be blown
Crunch, whatever.
first of all, I don't really like cereal now. I used
Same.
to eat it all the time.
Same.
And the reason
kinda
is
the same
because I
way.
like put scoops of sugar on them. Growing up.
Yeah. So
Y'all are
now,
crazy.
yeah,
My mom would kill me.
now I'm more like an eggs and bacon kind of guy.
Absolutely.
I can see
You know,
that.
cheesy,
No doubt.
cheesy eggs. I mean, that's the only kind of eggs you gotta have. Anyways, growing up, my top cereal was Cocoa Pebbles because you poured it in the bowl and then you poured your milk on, and it turned. By the time you got done eating your cereal, your
chocolate
milk
milk.
was chocolate milk, and you drank it.
So here's an important thing. We're getting way off
Yes!
topic, but I've heard from a lot of people that when they finish their cereal, they just toss the milk out.
Are you serious?
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's the best part.
That is crazy.
You get just sugary milk when you're done, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Anytime I've had a sugary cereal, there's no doubt that I'm drinking all of that milk.
I could be on like a third bowl and there's still milk in there. I'm like, I'm downing this. There's nowhere for it to go, but I have to
Yeah.
down it.
I agree.
Number 2.
Oh, I thought he was just
Oh,
giving
I
us one. Sorry for interrupting you.
No. You wanted top 3.
Sure, man.
So that
Go
was my
for it.
that was my number 1, and I will still eat a bowl of that today.
Okay,
But my wife doesn't like it, so
fair.
she doesn't ever buy it. And I don't really like cereal all that much, so I would eat a bowl and then be done with
Agree.
it for the year.
You said
Yeah.
that. Let's go. Okay. I'm just messing with you.
So number 2 is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Solid choice.
I mean, it's just cinnamon and sugar and
I've never
a piece
had
of
it.
cereal. Oh well, that's
that was the other big one that
I'll
Mom and
bring
Dad
some when
bought.
we taste test.
Okay, we'll do a Baby Yoda and Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah,
taste.
just for a standard.
Okay, so whenever this Baby Yoda cereal comes out, what you're gonna hear half the podcast is us crunching and smacking.
We're not gonna eat the whole bowl, dude. It's
Oh,
just
you best believe we are.
Oh my God. We're gonna be sick. All right.
Keep going, man. Sorry.
Number 3. My third favorite cereal was, believe it or not, Raisin Bran.
Ugh. That's bad, man.
I know.
I don't like raisins.
I know. But here's the thing. You sprinkle a little sugar on it.
Okay, that's cheating, guys.
So to summarize, me and Nolan just ate straight sugar growing up.
Caleb didn't.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm not exposed to all of this. Regardless, first of all, let us know if you don't drink the milk
Yeah.
from the cereal.
If you don't drink the milk,
I'm curious. Like, I'm curious why too. If you could give a short explanation, like maybe you were like
Yeah.
Keller and you were just like
because
kind
do
of
you think
voodoo
it gets
against
warm?
sugar.
Because I'm kind of sometimes it does get a little warm, and I don't like warm milk.
Okay.
But it's still sugary,
That's
so
fair.
you still drink it.
Yeah, so let us know about that. And also let us know if you're going to eat some of this Baby Yoda cereal, because I know
Yeah.
we are. And I like Nolan's idea. I think we should review it on the
Taste test
podcast.
on the podcast. We'll turn the microphones off while we're eating and turn them on when we want to talk. That way, you
that'll
guys.
be a good podcast. Just watching 3 adults eat.
Well, I mean, you
cereal.
don't want, like one person could be talking while the other 2 are eating, but you don't want to be like sitting
We're
there
talking
crunching it.
the
Oh, God,
texture
I
of
would
this-
freak out.
The texture of this Baby Yoda cereal. The next person's like,
Yeah, I would freak out. I wouldn't even listen. I'd be like, "Oh my God, this is cringy."
All right, let's get more serious.
Yeah.
But I thought that was relevant to bring up.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
I'll be eating it.
I think it's pretty cool.
So Mandalorian books and comics will begin releasing in December of 2020, and that comes from Star Wars, their official Twitter account. Now, Adam Christopher, which, by the way, liked our tweet on Twitter whenever we shared that we were excited about this, is writing the original novel called The Mandalorian, coming out in December 2020. Now, when he gave more information about this novel, he said it was not a novelization of the Mandalorian TV series. It was going to be completely new content. So, my question for you guys then, since it's completely new, is what do you hope this content sheds light on that we wouldn't necessarily see on screen?
The Mandalorian. It's going to be about the Mandalorian.
Right. If you want me, I can go ahead and start it. What I was thinking was I just want to see
Background.
text about more about the Mandalorian culture itself. Like why they wear helmets, what the deal is with this is the way, and everything that they do, why they're hiding. I just want to get more information about that. Now, would I rather see that on screen? Absolutely. But if that's something that they're not going to explore on screen, I want to at least read it. Thoughts?
You got to think, too, that's hard to do, like, in, like, video format, like, to show it on screen, sort of a culture and a belief. It's easier to, like, document and write those things out as to why, because you can go into more detail, in a sense, for things like that. So, I mean, that's a great idea.
I agree. Yeah. Nolan? Do you have, any additional things you would like to see or agree or disagree?
If it's going to be about the show, then I want to see more about Din Djarin's past and maybe like a comic about his childhood being taken in by the Death Watch.
Okay.
I think that would be a cool comic book to have.
It's not a comic book, is it?
Well,
it's like a novelization?
The novelization's coming out in December.
Okay.
But they're going to start releasing more books and more comics throughout 2021.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
But now the 2020 book isn't a novelization of season 1. It's
Right.
just
It's just called The Mandalorian. It's going to be centered in that.
It's going to be centered with, I guess, the same. I guess Din Djarin and the child, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be writing the story of what we've already seen. It's going to be telling a new story. So that leaves it wide open.
It could also show, not like full-fledged origin stories, but it could shed light on characters like Cara Dune and Quill and just like what led them there, or maybe they explained to Din Djarin more about their past.
Yeah.
And like maybe like where we see in season 1 where Din Djarin meets Quill and he gives him his brief introduction. Maybe it's like it's a scene that it didn't show on camera of where Quill just like sits down and they're just having a conversation,
right? And we
like
know
around a fire about his past.
And we know we're not going to get more Quill because RIP,
right. So it would have to be
which still makes me sad, but
yeah, rest in peace, Quill.
You either die a hero, man, or
live
long enough to see yourself become a villain.
I love that line. All right, Nolan. I know we kind of cut you off, but keep going.
So I think if like the book kind of starts when he gets taken in by the Death Watch, we might see some of those ways, and it might be described to us of, when it's described to Din by the Death Watch, it might let us understand more about the ways. This is the way and stuff like that. So that would be an interesting way for them to do it, is them have Din learning the ways of the Mandalorian people.
Yeah.
And then that would explain it to us.
So they could kind of treat it like a prequel to the Mandalorian. I like that idea.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting. And that would probably give Adam, Christopher, whoever else wanted to write a book about it, more to explore with later.
Yeah. It would give them more room to expand the universe.
Yeah. Now, I'm excited. To be honest, there for a while, I was not engaged in reading the books or comics that Star Wars Lucasfilm was putting out, because to be honest, with the sequel trilogy, they didn't put any effort in connecting the movies to all of that different stuff. But I feel like they are focusing more, especially with that High Republic stuff coming soon, and also now the Mandalorian. I think, especially now with Dave Filoni highly involved, I think that there's going to be some payoff whenever we actually read this kind of stuff. So I'll be excited, and I guess I'll be the one to read it, and I'll share with you guys the big takeaways so we can talk about it.
I will say this year I've given myself, it happened around the first of the year. You can call it a resolution or whatever, but I wanted to like start reading more, and I've done so.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I may give it a shot just to
Okay. Cool.
kind of dive into it.
Now they are
about.
also coming
reading.
out with a I feel you. They're coming out with a like Mandalorian art book, which goes into like
Pictures.
the concept art and
More my
everything,
style.
which is definitely more Nolan's style.
Ooh, pretty picture.
Yeah.
Like
so
that picture.
let us know what you think. I'm excited. If you're excited for the Mandalorian books and comics, hit like on the YouTube video. I mean, why not? If you're excited, show us that you're excited that way. All right. Next thing. This has been a huge topic on social medias throughout the Star Wars fandom. It's completely ridiculous. I teased it on the intro, but we're going to have fun with it. If y'all have questions, please ask them, because I actually read the entire article to explain how this would be possible.
Wow.
So I'll try to answer them. But this YouTube channel, which is titled Overlord DVD, claims that Disney or Lucasfilm plan to undo the sequel trilogy with World Between Worlds concept. Now, before we even dig deeper into that, World Between Worlds. What this is, it's kind of like going back in time and altering the universe,
is it
basically.
like
It's like a multiverse kind of
yeah,
thing.
that's what I was about to say.
So
Okay.
now let me set this up for you so you
Mistake.
guys can discuss about it. What it's saying is, so, okay, y'all remember in The Rise of Skywalker, the room where Dark Ray is with all the mirrors in it? This was called the Veil of the Force, quote unquote. And that was there during Return of the Jedi with Emperor Palpatine. Now, Palpatine used that room to go into different portals. Wherever he wanted to go, he could go using that room of mirrors, the Veil of the Force. Now, apparently, what this YouTube channel, Overlord DVD, is claiming is when Palpatine was thrown down the Death Star 2 to his apparent death, is through the Force, he opened one of the portals to take him to Exegol. Now,
One thing on that,
okay,
don't
sure.
we see him explode?
We see the flash of light, correct.
Okay, so it's not, I guess, quote unquote,
Now-
an explosion.
Right, so the people behind this, or people that believe it, could
Okay,
say
yeah,
that it's him flashing through the Force, I guess.
makes sense.
Now, what this World Between Worlds idea is saying is that someone could simply go to the portal on Exegol, and when Palpatine goes through that portal, they could kill him. Now, when that happens, since Palpatine is the one that created Snoke, and Snoke's the one that manipulated Ben Solo, that means the sequels didn't happen, because Palpatine wasn't there to manipulate it. Absolutely ridiculous, but that's going around, and a lot of people are believing it. Most people aren't believing it, which is the side that I'm on, because I think that's just absolutely silly. It's a waste of money. I mean, Carrie Fisher, for example, no longer here. You're basically saying her last piece of work is null and void. It's pointless.
Right. Yeah.
Thoughts on it? I mean, have fun with it. If you like the concept. I mean, because me and Jacob were kind of talking about this the other day. We like the concept of all of that, because that's very deep into the Dark Force and everything about kind of the lore of Star Wars. But that's way over people's head.
Sounds like a cop-out to me.
Absolutely.
And, like, again, you know how much I don't like the sequels, most of them.
right.
Like, just you have to live with that mistake. Like, it's okay, it happened. There's a lot of people that like it. So if you take it away, you need to take it away from them.
Yeah.
So even as loud as people like me are that don't like it, there's still people that do enjoy it. So don't just
Yeah.
erase that with
Which I'm one of the ones that enjoys it.
right.
Nolan, you look perplexed.
So I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my whole entire life.
Now, before I said that, though, have you seen anything about that going on?
I've seen
Okay.
rumors, but I've spent no time researching it because
Pointless.
it's you can't take away something that just happened.
Yeah.
Like, you can't change the future.
You can't change the future
of Star Wars. It's already happened.
I gotcha. Okay.
Like it's already happened.
Isn't it you can't change the past? Because
you can't change the past.
you can change the future in the present, right?
Well, you can't change.
Let's get philosophical
Okay.
for a moment. Just think about it.
All right. But
Thinking
if the
about it?
portal, you can. Yeah.
Good. Okay, continue. Got it all straight.
Okay. You can't change what happened in the past to direct Star Wars for the future.
Bingo.
Now,
you got it.
I will say this, though. The World Between Worlds idea has been used before in Star Wars Rebels, one of the animated television shows.
Mm-hmm.
So Ahsoka battles Darth Vader. It appears that Ahsoka loses and dies, but Ezra goes back through this portal, makes sure that Ahsoka lives, and that's how Ahsoka's still around throughout this entire story. So World Between Worlds has been done before, but the context of this idea is completely wiping away billions and billions of dollars that Disney has invested into making these films to make unimportant, which I just find completely ridiculous.
So where does he go? When does he go into the portal?
As he's falling down the Death Star 2, as Darth Vader throws him over.
Before he explodes.
So then the Mandalorian doesn't mean anything
Exactly, and that's something me and Jacob were talking about. Anything, if this whole idea is legit, anything that happens after Death Star 2 is irrelevant. Because if we're saying that the Emperor has always been in the shadows manipulating things, that means he's in the shadows manipulating things during The Mandalorian. And The Mandalorian right now is Star Wars' moneymaker. I think this is just absolutely ridiculous. There's no other way around it.
Yeah.
And it stinks that we even have to cover it, honestly, but it's probably one of the biggest things that's come out since Tamara Morrison is Boba Fett. That's how much people are talking about it online, which I find ridiculous. I think, it's people like BA, but I'm not saying BA's in this category. Yeah. It's people that absolutely hate the sequels that are just trying to fuel the fire to get rid of it and to make something that they enjoy, which I think is absolutely ridiculous, because this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time. I enjoy every single one of George Lucas's films, episodes 1 through 6. But in each and every single one of those films, I can pick out something that I can't stand or that I think is absolutely silly or ridiculous, but that's what makes it Star Wars in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so the people that are frustrated with 7 through 9, which again, I get the frustrations. I get The Last Jedi I hate because some of the things in The Last Jedi I can't stand. But this whole idea of completely erasing the films just frustrates me personally.
Yeah, it's all fake news. I don't think it's true. I think it's all fake.
You got to think too, like with this new generation of Star Wars youth, and I know we've talked about it before, that grew up with 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
If they erase this, then that kind of erased their first Star Wars experience.
Right.
Where like we grew up with the prequels, and I'm sure
we love the prequels.
And I'm sure at the time a lot of diehard episodes 4, 5, and 6 fans were like, let's redo the prequels.
Absolutely.
Just imagine that in our shoes, getting rid of scenes like that.
Me and Jacob actually kind of talked about that 2 weeks ago.
20 years, they'll be okay with it.
Yeah. Me and Jacob talked about it 2 weeks ago. Star Wars is completely generational. Here in about 10 to 15 years, we're going to hear noise about how great the sequels are, because all the 6 to 10-year-olds are going to be old enough to be on social media, and they're going to be blasting all of us old people saying that, I don't know why you're complaining, because Rey, Finn, Poe, Kylo Ren, all of these guys are awesome.
Right.
And we grew up on these dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and dudettes.
and dudettes.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know we just went from Baby Yoda cereal to something completely serious.
Yeah,
but I think
that's what you come to expect here at Mando Talk.
we needed to address that, because I feel like all of the Star Wars things out there are talking about this and running with it when it's just silly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not plausible.
Yeah.
It's not even, it can't like, I get, you can make it happen by the secret room with the mirrors. No, it's not. It was a
agree.
vision. It was not like I know it was a secret room or whatever, but you guys
Now-
just let it go.
I am
There will
interested.
be more Star Wars out. Mandalorian's coming back in October.
Yeah. I am
Psych yourself
interested
up for that.
in
Don't focus on
learning
everything else.
more about that room though that Dark Ray was in, but nothing to the extent of
There will be a book about it in
erasing-
about 2 years. So they're going to write a book about Dark Ray and her visions to the dark side and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and her actually being a Palpatine and the forces she was feeling. There'll be a book about it in 2 years. Mark my
agree.
words right now.
Oh, there probably will. Maybe even sooner.
Probably.
Who knows?
They're
But-
probably writing it right now.
Let's keep going on this same idea.
Hope Deborah Chow writes it. She's awesome.
She is awesome. We got this website. It's called We Got This Covered. They're running crazy reports right now, too. They're saying that an Old Republic film's being made, that Kathleen Kennedy's stepping down, and who knows what else. So,
So do we get to make
do
a bold
we
prediction
have
now?
any? That's what I was going to say. Does
Man.
Mando Talk have any, like,
Yeah.
reports that we need to put out there?
Hold on, let me
Yeah.
pull out my
Hold my
report.
drink.
That-
R2D2 is, I don't know.
R2D2 is actually Anakin's father. Do you know that? That's the kind of stuff
Is
that
he?
we're hearing.
Really?
Right. If you
How does
if
that
you were to
even work?
unscrew the top and pull it up, there's actually a guy in there.
Let's be real, though. I think this is probably the side effects of there being absolutely no legit news.
Yeah.
Especially, there for a while, we got news after news. We
Yeah.
got Boba Fett, we got Bo-Katan, we got
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, we got Season 2 information. It was flying. But now, here in, like, the past month and a half, it's just been completely dead. And I think people are just scratching to get lucky with a report that they throw out there and it actually be legit. So, we say all of this to say, all of you Star Wars fans listening, hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Check what you're reading. Make sure it makes
Yeah,
sense.
Fact check.
Yeah, go rewatch season 1 of The Mandalorian in the meantime. You don't have to dig
Yeah.
and
Listen to
claw for-
Mando talk.
Or that.
Yeah. Listen to us. We know everything.
Yeah. What he said.
Yeah, we do. All right.
We make great predictions that always come true.
All of those things that we have now hit completes the Star Wars news section. And again, half of those weren't even legit news, it seems like. But a lot of people are rolling
cereal.
with them. Dude, the cereal.
I was the most excited about that. That's my favorite piece of news. Sorry, not
and
sorry.
you know how Sam's Club makes the boxes bigger, too. It's about to get legit. We're going to be in here for 2-hour podcast special Baby Yoda cereal review.
we have to have a full panel.
Finish the whole box.
We have to have a full panel that night.
Oh,
so we
yeah.
can
I need
finish
every
it.
help that I can get to finish
Yeah.
the deck of things.
Yeah. Full panel on cereal night. Stay tuned. We're going to do. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll put out a poll that week on what other cereals need to pair our Star Wars cereals.
Dude, if we're going to eat the whole box, I don't need a whole assortment of
Oh, I
cereals
do.
to eat with it. What are you going to mix and match?
I got to have some Cocoa Pebbles, man. Number 1 on my list.
We'll just bring chocolate milk.
Well,
and you
I
can just
gotta
eat
try
yours in
Cinnamon
chocolate.
Toast Crunch, apparently.
There's 2.
All right, guys. Let's keep moving on. Now, I had 2 things that we did before we started recording the podcast. Number 1, there is a fan reimagined final battle on Exegol going out there, floating around on social media. If you want to look it up, it's on John H., his YouTube channel, JONH. And it's just super awesome, in my opinion. Now, there for a really long time, especially with Jacob, I would always talk about this. I felt like in the sequels, it was extremely important to get Hayden Christensen, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi, all of the Force Ghost users in the past to come back and be present, especially in the final film. And that never quite happened. However, we could hear their voices,
Right.
so I give them that in The Rise of Skywalker. But what this YouTube video achieves is it actually shows
The
that
Force Ghosts.
visually, and it shows them reaching out and helping Rey defeat Palpatine. And I just wanted to real quickly get your reactions on that and your thoughts, because I know 2 weeks ago me and Jacob talked about this being one of our wishes for the sequel trilogy that didn't happen. We actually get to see it now as a YouTube video, which doesn't make it canon, but we at least get to see it.
Yeah. So I really liked this little video. I think I think it illustrates more of what I would have liked to seen in episode 9 at I guess the finale of episode 9.
Oh, absolutely.
I wish in this little video it would have explained more about Ben. Like, I wish Ben would have been up there with him, up there with the Force Ghost, not as a ghost, but
present.
Yeah, because
to help.
To help.
I feel that.
But
I'll always take more Ben Solo. I love that dude.
Yeah, so that was the only thing I saw missing.
Yeah. BA.
I mean, I think, like, to echo you guys, I liked it. It was cool to see. And I think we talked about it in our predictions or our review of The Rise of Skywalker, one of those episodes.
Yeah.
Again, that's something that we really wanted to see. We compared it to, Marvel, what they get to see in that final scene from in-game.
Where everyone comes together.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's cool to see it, but, again, like you said, not really canon. So
check it out if you haven't done so already. I mean, it speaks volumes to me that even BA enjoys it because he doesn't enjoy the sequel trilogy at all.
It's just the road, the speed bump in the middle.
Yeah.
Force Awakens good.
Yeah.
And then we come back around.
Yeah, he doesn't like The Last Jedi. I don't mind The Last Jedi. I enjoy some of the things. But anyway, I think everyone out there has heard us talk about The Last Jedi.
I think every time I'm in here, you guys bring it up.
If you're a new listener, we don't like it.
I don't mean to keep bringing
I
it
enjoy
up, but
it.
it's always there.
All right, now, the other thing that we did before the show, me and Jacob talked about this 2 weeks ago. We talked about starting a Twitch channel to live stream us playing Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Now, we played this right before the show, and I've already got evidence that we probably shouldn't do that because it became a screaming match between how to play the game, first of all.
Well, see, if you can harken back to your childhood, listeners, you go over to someone's house to play video games that they've raved about and they really want you to play, and then they're explaining the rules because they've been playing it for so long, and it's a game from their childhood as well.
2 days.
Well, before that, you had played it. And they explain some of the rules, and they purposely explain them wrong so that they have the advantage. And his 2-0 record might look like a lot.
Well, I don't know why your boost isn't working.
Now, hold on. I indeed, in fact, am 2-0. Let's just get that out there. Second of all, my instructions that boost was the X button on PlayStation was in fact correct. We looked at the screen. Y'all just had issues with it. I don't know what else to say.
I'm not going to air out dirty laundry on the air, so I think we voiced our frustrations earlier.
Okay, that's fair. Now,
great game.
Yeah, it
fun
is a great
game.
No, in all honesty,
it reminds
though,
me of Mario Kart.
Well,
but a Star Wars.
Yeah,
version.
except we can't figure out how to shoot,
and we can't figure out the boost. Well, we can't.
Nolan and BA can't figure out the boost because apparently with steering they just go side to side. They never go forward.
Yeah, we use the joystick like a joystick.
Sorry.
But anyways, it's a good game. The graphics are definitely from
dated.
The prequels.
Yeah, they came out,
which I think is awesome.
Oh yeah, I think it puts us back in that time frame.
Yeah,
like when I play that game, I'm thinking Phantom Menace. I'm not
Yes.
thinking we're in 2020 where graphics
Yes.
are insane, which makes me feel really good.
I wish I could play it on like a GameCube controller.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
we
only
could
thing.
probably figure out the controls.
Probably.
We need to get a GameCube off Amazon or something.
Speaking of video games, I know we haven't ironed out all the kinks on our top 5 series. That is still coming. Don't think that we forgot about it here.
We're trying to figure out.
We're still trying to figure out the rules, and also it helps whenever there's not a lot of news to talk about. So we're waiting for like a dead period there, which has been recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
we're getting close.
We
to
decided
figuring
to
out
take
the rules.
last week off, and we are also working on the rules.
Yeah, but the reason I bring that up is we're going to do one on video games. So those of you listeners, be thinking about video games that you've played and enjoyed. Because I know I grew up with Star Wars video games.
Absolutely.
So
I believe yesterday was National Video Game Day.
Oh, I don't know.
Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Well, don't give away your picks right now. You're going to influence everybody.
Oh, I'm not saying that's my number one.
Okay.
But thinking,
yes, he is.
I love that Episode 1 Star Wars Racer might be up there because I'm 2-0. Anyway,
I'm 1-0, so I don't know what.
Should we do a Twitch for that? I think we would show our bad side because we would be yelling at each other like we did tonight.
Yeah, that might be like an 18 and up Twitch or something. It wouldn't be a good. No, we probably don't even.
We
do
probably
it.
shouldn't do it.
No.
I mean, okay, let's do this. If we happen to have somebody out there that wants us to do it, let us know, and that'll be the only way that we do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be a private Twitch. We'll only let you guys in.
Yeah. All right. Now,
Mando talkers.
before we get into Star Wars Trivia Box, because this is Mando Talk, we've got to talk about The Mandalorian. So, I've got a few questions to discuss.
Bring it.
First
I'm
question.
Get warmed up for my trivia right here.
First question. Just in general, I just want to know your take. Are you losing hype for season 2 of The Mandalorian? Because it's been a hot minute since season 1. We haven't gotten any new content to keep us going. We haven't watched it together since December, which has been half a year. So are we losing hype? Nolan's answer is no.
Dude, with the quarantine, it's been like 2 years.
I know.
It seems like forever since we watched that finale.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I still think back to the Darksaber coming out of that TIE fighter, and then I'm immediately back.
That's true.
I'm still excited for it.
All I have to do is listen to the soundtrack.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that's literally because it puts me like walking down the streets of Tatooine.
Yeah, I agree.
Got a vivid memory of this one.
I
mine.
love
Jeez, man.
the soundtrack to The Mandalorian. I could listen to it all day.
I like when the drums hit and it shows him like in that little video. You got to check that video out.
Yeah.
But man, he's.
I agree.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
And next question. Is it time for a teaser trailer?
Yes.
Yep. It's past time.
Yes.
I don't think we're getting it until
Yas.
August. I think we got to wait another month.
No.
I think we're waiting until the original Star Wars Celebration dates to celebrate their postponed or canceled Star Wars Celebration. They're going to release the Season 2 trailer.
Gosh, I hope so.
So we got to wait another month. That's my opinion or my take. It stinks, but I think that's probably most logical, even though that's only 2 months before. If you think about it, the Mandalorian trailer was released in June last year.
Yeah.
And it came out in November. So if we were to take that same ratio, the teaser should come out in July with the season coming out in October. But I don't think that's going to happen. Or did I mess that up?
Yeah, that's so bad.
I was like,
Or
okay.
August. It came out in July. Because Star Wars Celebration was in July. I don't remember.
Anyways,
I'm messing
we're
all
doing
of this
trailer.
up.
Yeah, that's.
We
I
are
don't
doing
know.
a trailer. And
Yeah.
here's my final question as far as
Wow,
Mandalorian
this
goes.
is straight up ACT with all these questions, man. Whew.
Do you believe that we will hear Baby Yoda speak at any point in Season 2?
What kind of voice do you think he'll have if he does?
I don't know.
Give us your best Baby Yoda impersonation. Go for it if he talks.
My cleannesses.
No, it ain't that old sounding.
He's got to have more. There you go.
There you go. That's
Bingo.
pretty
You
good.
heard it here.
I like it. So is that a yes? You think we're going to hear him talk?
I don't think so.
Okay, Nolan.
I think. Yes. I think it will happen towards the end of the season, though.
And I agree with Nolan. I think it's a yes.
He's going to say, do it.
I think it's going to be something like Din, but in kid's voice.
Dad.
Din.
It's gonna be Dad.
Din Djarin. Or Djarin Din. I'm excited. I can't wait until Season 2. I'm getting kind of
I'm
sick
just
of
thinking
not
about
talking
it. Yeah,
about
it's funny.
it. I can't wait for it. All right. I can't wait for this. Star Wars Trivia Box. We're going to end the show on Star Wars Trivia Box. This is where we quiz Nolan on his Star Wars knowledge. He is the co-host of a Star Wars podcast.
So yeah, I should be good, right?
Sometimes
Wrong.
he is, sometimes he's not. So
Wrong.
we've got 7 questions. He's got an opportunity
7.
to skip 1 question. He's got 3 multiple choices, 3 repeats. I believe those are the rules. First question, Empire Strikes Back.
I got to time these, right? Give me a second. How much time did he get last time? Like
15 seconds
Okay.
15
seconds.
seconds.
to answer the question. So after I
Jeez.
ask the question,
Okay, I got
that's when the
3
timer-
repeats, 1 skip, and 1 multiple choice.
no, 3 multiple choice, 3 repeats, 1 skip.
7 questions.
So you're really getting scored on 6 questions. So last time you didn't use your skip. Make sure you use your skip when you don't know something.
Okay.
All right, first question. Empire Strikes Back. Who said, "The Force is with you, young Skywalker, but you are not a Jedi yet"?
Darth Vader.
He is correct. He is 1 for 1. Nolan Ferris is looking pretty
Let's
good so
go,
far.
dude.
Number 2,
Yes.
Return of the Jedi. What was Luke Skywalker's weakness according to the Emperor? Don't forget your options. Do, 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 do.
Repeat.
Return of the Jedi. What was Luke Skywalker's weakness according to the Emperor? 15 more seconds.
His anger.
That is incorrect.
I knew it.
The correct answer is his faith in his friends. So Nolan is
I knew that.
1 for
I knew
2.
that.
There went the clean sweep.
All right, next
Hey,
question.
hey, let's
Skip
turn
it.
it around. Back
I will
in.
say I think that question was probably one of the more difficult ones, but I think you would have gotten it had you asked for multiple choice.
Yeah.
All right, next question. A New Hope. Whom did R2-D2 tell Luke Skywalker belonged to? Okay, hold on. Let me say that again. A New
What?
Hope. Whom did R2-D2 tell Luke Skywalker he belonged to?
Multiple choice.
All right. Good. A. Princess Leia. B. Owen Lars. C. Obi-Wan Kenobi. D. Bail Organa.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Correct. Nolan Ferris is 2
That's
for
what
3.
I was going to say, but I
He
wasn't
has
sure.
2 multiple choice, 2 repeats, and still 1 skip. Number 4, originals. This is just an original trilogy question. What type of weapon did Han Solo carry?
It's a DDX3, X4.
So close, man. Is that your final answer?
Multiple choice.
Good call. A. DH-17 blaster pistol. B. Ionization blaster. C. DL-44 pistol.
That's it.
That is correct. DL-44 pistol.
DL-44. That's
is
what
correct.
it is. Yeah.
So Nolan Ferris is 3 for 4. He has 1 more multiple choice,
Oh my God.
2 more repeats, and 1 skip. All right, question number 5. We are going to the prequels for this one. The Phantom Menace. Who owned Anakin Skywalker before Watto bought him? This is a tough question. 15 seconds.
And it's not the truancy court.
Skip. But I want to know the answer.
He does skip that. He had 1 skip, so we are good. So let me repeat the question. The Phantom Menace. Who owned Anakin Skywalker before Watto bought him? The correct answer is Gardula the Hutt.
Oh, I had no
I
idea.
have no way I would have got that one.
All right, next one. Number 6, Empire Strikes Back. Which species did Chewbacca fight on Cloud City? 15 seconds. 1 multiple choice, 2 repeats left.
Multiple choice.
All right. A. Trandoshans. B. Lepi. C. Jawas. Or D. Ugnaughts.
Ooh.
Trandoshans.
That is unfortunately incorrect.
Is it ugnaughts?
It is Ugnaughts. So now you are 3 for 5.
No.
3 for 5. You got Darth Vader correct. You
Yep.
got Obi-Wan
5.
Kenobi correct.
Oh, yeah. I've gotten 2 wrong. Yeah.
And you got DL-44 correct. Okay. 3 for 5. One more question.
That's so sucky.
Return of the Jedi. And you actually get a hint with this one. Which rebel officer detailed the need to deactivate the shield generator on Endor in order to attack the Death Star? The hint is, it's a trap. Come on now.
Come on, dude. You're doing so good.
No.
Repeat the question for this guy. He needs to
Hang
get
on.
this.
He did have one more repeat, so we are good to get it.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. Which rebel
General
officer?
Akbar or whatever.
Dude, he ain't no general.
Admiral Akbar.
All right,
Boom.
Admiral Akbar is correct. He finishes 4 for 6, which is a passing score. So Nolan Ferris,
Let's go.
in fact, is credible to be a co-host of a Star Wars podcast.
Am I?
Congratulations. I believe that might be the first time he's passed.
Are you
No,
serious?
Maybe
he
second.
typically averages around 4 out of 6, I think.
Last time he got 3 out of 6.
Technically, that was 4 out of 7.
Well, but you get one skip, so it is 4 out of 6. So you're still good to go.
What if the skip was on one he knew?
He
3 out of
didn't.
6.
He didn't know Gardula the.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have either.
I would have known that one.
Really?
All of these questions I purposely picked to know that I know these, because I don't want you to feel like you're answering questions that I don't even know.
Okay.
We need to flip the script next time we do trivia box and quiz this guy.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
No,
Well-
yes.
Okay.
Because I'll go ahead and tell you, I'll miss all of them. I knew like 1 or 2 of those.
I mean, y'all can. I won't roast y'all on the podcast. but-
Okay. Yeah, roast us after we turn it off.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
that.
To get my spankings
All right.
later.
BA, we appreciate you coming in as always.
Appreciate you guys having me.
We had a lot
It's
of.
always a blast.
We had some fun. Again, we had some news. Had
Barely.
some random topics to discuss.
Baby
Remember,
Yoda cereal.
drink your milk out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Drink your
Yeah.
sugar milk.
And if you don't, let us know. If you don't like milk, if
Blue
you're
milk,
lactose,
green
we
milk.
don't care.
Dude, okay, here's a short rant. People who are lactose intolerant don't care. They if they want to drink milk, they just straight up drink milk. In my experience, everyone who's lactose intolerant that I know, they're like, "Oh, I'll just drink it."
Yeah, I've never been around
Yeah,
somebody
but, like,
that's
If you're lactose
Lactose
intolerant, I mean, really, we don't care. Like, I don't want to hear.
oh golly, man.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm
no,
saying
no.
saying
Retract.
No.
Retract.
I don't.
Rewind.
no. You
No,
just
like,
you just
but,
said
like-
that you don't care that they are.
Exactly. I don't care that you're lactose intolerant.
Come on, man. Wait.
The opinions
on.
of our co-hosts do not reflect the opinions of Mando Talk as a whole.
No, they don't. We care that you're lactose intolerant. That's tough.
Yeah.
I love cheese. I love milk. I love yogurt sometimes, even though it makes me runny, but I still eat it. Come on, man.
No. I mean, it's in.
Who knew this is the stance he was going to take?
Goodness.
Like, this is where he's pitching his tent. He will not back down on this.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not pertinent to our conversation. We want to know if you drink the milk after cereal or not.
You-
If you're
Oh.
lactose intolerant, I don't care. Like,
You're
you're
just-
not gonna have cereal anyway.
So you care that they're lactose intolerant. You just don't care that they're lactose intolerant for our specific question.
sure.
Oh God.
All right, let's wrap it
yeah,
up.
Let's get out of here.
Our apologies to
No
everyone
one's
out
making
there.
everybody mad. Just know that that's one of the 4 opinions here on Mando Talk.
I guess. I mean,
Yeah, all right. BA,
Whatever.
thanks for being here. Again, we appreciate it. Check us out, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Mando Talk. We're always tweeting. We are always posting updates on Facebook, and we're also posting updates on Instagram, so check us out there. Check us out on YouTube. If you have not yet seen our YouTube channel, now I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. We are not like normal podcasts where we just post the audio and a picture only on that YouTube channel. You can actually see our ridiculous faces and our cutting up and our rants about lactose intolerant and everything else
Yeah.
on our
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
dumb.
So check us out there. Hit subscribe, hit like, comment. Let Nolan know that he's ridiculous for hating on you for being lactose intolerant.
if you're lactose intolerant, that's fine. I'm not. It's not a bad thing that you're lactose intolerant. It's just you're not going to be able to answer our question. That's my
No,
whole
see,
thing.
That's what I asked.
Now you're going back on it.
No,
he
I'm
asked that
not.
question.
I asked that question. I said, so you don't care necessarily if they're lactose intolerant. You just it's just
Exactly.
not relevant for our question.
Yes, you're not relevant.
That's what I said, man.
Okay, well, then I agree with that.
All right, man.
We
Nolan,
have spoken.